Welcome to Good Mythical More. Let's experience the world of D&D. Whether you know about it or you don't, you're gonna have fun because we're talking spells. And everybody loves a good spell. Are these spells real incantations or incantations?
But none of them are real. But some of them are actually in D&D.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, if you want to ruin the illusion.
But first, let's donate $1,000 to the Association for the Study of African American Life and History to aid in their mission to promote, research, preserve, interpret, and disseminate information about Black life, history, and culture to the global community. You can join us in giving at asalh.org/donate. Thank you for being your mythical best.
Of course, the first time that we played Dungeons and Dragons was in a Rhett and Link channel video where we hired an exorcist to protect us. And now, without that protection,
It's a little dicey.
it's a little dicey.
A little dicey.
We had a great time being introduced to the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and it wasn't as weird or as some people who watched that video thought it. Well, the people who decided not to watch the video. It wasn't as weird as I think they thought it was going to be.
You mean D&D or playing D&D with an exorcist?
Yeah, and that's that's kind of just an us thing. So, I'm a fan of D&D, but I don't claim to know any of the spells. So I'm going. I'm in the dark.
We have enough experience to have an educated guess.
Right.
My only experience was watching you play.
Oh, really?
And I thought for some reason, this is not true evidently, that you could like make up your own situations based on the way you guys played. But I guess that's...
Okay, you can't make up your own situations, but what you can do...
like actions and spells.
Well, no, you can as long as it is like somewhat consistent with your... You have to be able to do something that's like on your character sheet, right?
Yeah.
But then... I had no idea how it worked. First of all, I didn't know that we were all playing together. I mean, I knew when we were doing it. But if I had told you, if you had asked me, I'd be like, oh yeah, you're like playing against each other like a typical game. And it's actually, even though I'm a competitive person, it is more fun to play this collaborative thing, right? Because it's not like everyone's like going up against something. But the cool thing is the dungeon master, they are kind of making stuff up. Like they're having to decide, can this thing that they just asked to do? I don't know, man. It's much more creative than I ever could have guessed.
So he was like spell. I'll give you the first one because I don't remember any like spells happening in this particular way that had names and like I thought you were just using your skills.
I did a couple. I did a thing where I made some fire, and I did a thing where I did a blast. Not everything made the final cut though.
Okay. Tasha's hideous laughter. A creature of your choice perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if this spell affects it.
I hope that's a can. That's a fun one. It's basically like laughing gas, which renders you unable to fight.
You probably miss a turn, like you can't fight for a turn because you're just laughing.
Okay, man, don't get ahead of yourself.
I'm gonna say you can't.
It's real.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Co-creator Gary Gygax named Tasha after a young fan who wrote letters to him in the early days of D&D, following a common trend of naming spells after either fans or characters from his own home games.
Ooh, Tasha was a fan. It's a first level enchantment.
30 feet.
Yep, that's good.
Tiny tarts.
I like to think that we have this this spell over people. Man, give them the Rhett and Link's hideous laughter. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if your name's Tasha, we can really make you laugh. Even though I know that Tasha's making people laugh.
Perceives everything as hilariously funny, like you do when we talk.
A creature with intelligence score of 4 or less isn't affected. That's interesting because sometimes you got to be smart for the humor. Like our humor,
like you are,
real smart. We don't talk about farts, even though a second ago when I saw tiny tarts and a feather that is waved in the air, I almost said tiny farts and a feather that is waved in the air. is the components of that one.
Oh.
But just I wouldn't do that because that's not smart humor. We do only smart humor.
Well, if you wave a tiny feather in my fart, then I create air.
Well,
Sometimes I just like to say belt.
belt.
You know, like out of nowhere, I just like, I'm just
Stevie,
like, I'm gonna say belt.
Keep going with your
and I
belt.
know that they're not gonna say anything about it.
What kind of belt are you
I
talking
say
about?
Belt so bad right now.
You said belt.
She started to talk.
How you hold your pants up, Steve?
Belt.
Belt. Oh, feels so good. Belt cutter is the name of the next spell.
Belt cutter.
Invisible knife slices an enemy's belt, causing their pants to fall and trip them,
That's
knocking
dumb.
them prone.
That's dumb.
We're
Invisible
both,
belt cutter.
Yeah. Belt cutter.
Nope.
No.
That's not in the tone of D&D.
But you can be a belt cutter as your character.
Yeah.
Byron the belt cutter.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how you make a living doing that, but
Listen,
I guess you're hired by the belt makers
No.
under the table.
It's somebody whose belt's too tight. They'll pay you anything to
Please.
cut it.
Bring in the belt
You have to negotiate.
I can't get my pants off.
It's like, well, I can. I'm a belt cutter.
Wow, you guys are so good at D&D. This is fake.
Yep.
That was good.
Yep. Belt
Guys of a yak man.
Guys, Guise.
Guys.
Guys.
The target appears as a vile yak man as far as all of the physical senses are concerned.
So he's half man, half yak.
I guess the spell is to make someone appear as a vile yak man.
Are you sure you don't mean yakman?
Maybe.
Which that is a half man, half yak as well, but it's the other
French.
No, it's the other half. I think this is dumb.
Yakman Cousteau.
This is too dumb for D&D.
It does feel dumb, but I'm gonna say it's real.
It's real.
Oh, there he is.
That's
There's
more of a
the
bull.
yakman.
That's more of a bull man, but I guess a yak does kind of look like a bull.
Why? I don't like what he's doing with his right hand.
Yeah, because he's facing it back towards himself.
Like he's doing
This is like us posing for a thumbnail.
I don't know. It's like
Sometimes Chappie's like, just hold your hand up, I'll put something in it.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. We're so dumb. We just put our hands up.
Chappie can put anything in our hands.
Can this be the thumbnail? Can you put our heads in his hand as the thumbnail?
Cool.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Cool.
We'll talk about it later.
There's too much at stake for our shenanigans to
Do people click on yaks?
Yakmans?
We'll have to do
Yakmans.
some research.
Yeah. Put that into Google Trends.
Corpse light, a spell that makes corpses glow.
Why would you want to do that? It's that scat, son.
Bless you.
If somebody dies in the dark and you need a light,
Where's that dead guy?
turn him into a lantern. But then, like, if somebody was like, "What are your skills?" It's like, well, one of them's corpse light.
Yeah. What do you do with
I
that?
can make dead people glow. Where does that come in? Where does that come in handy? Well, if somebody dies in the dark and I'm still alive.
I think it's the straight man to the punchline of I see dead people.
I light up dead people. Corpse light.
Belt.
What?
Yep. I'm just saying, did you when they do the incantation and it lights up, that's a setup for the other person to say,
I see dead people.
and that's funny.
Yeah.
I think this is a can for that reason.
Oh, this is still a thing.
Nope, still a thing.
I agree with you. It makes all kinds of sense.
It's real.
But what do you do with it? You make a dead person glow so you can. Oh my gosh, what is that? That's a skull and
Oh, that's using a dead person's head and spine
as a torch.
as a torch.
That's cool.
Okay.
I mean, that's Mortal Kombat level right there.
Corpse light all of a sudden seems like a great skill. It's
Yeah.
not embarrassing at all.
That would be a cool necktie.
You have a head right below your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this belt. How you holding your pants up, Stevie?
You know, I usually don't wear a belt. If it's a high-waisted situation, a belt is needed, I will. But there's something about a belt that, you know, sometimes it just, depending on your body type, it just will cut you right where you don't want that
Right in half
tension,
sometimes.
you know?
If you can't find a belt cutter.
I am very anti-belt. Like, I haven't worn a belt in 10 years. And I'm serious. Like, I will not, if I can get out of wearing a belt, I will do it. I do not wear
You feel a little
belts.
constricted?
Like, even when I wear suits, I'm like,
It's gonna get caught in a combine?
I'm not gonna wear a belt with my suits. I don't do it. I just wear the suit. I wear the suit pants, and they fit, and I don't wear a belt.
Did you ever go through a
Sorry.
suspenders phase, Stevie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Did you ever go through a like thermal underwear as pants phase?
Yeah.
Not thermal, but yes,
I mean,
like vintage
kinda.
long underwear, yes, okay?
I
And
kinda-
it was
yeah.
cool.
It was pretty cool.
And it, you know, and now I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
I think you had those on one time when my parents came to visit.
And they're like, oh my Lord.
And I think I heard
What
my
are
mom.
they-
I
what
think
are
I
those
heard my
lesbians
mom
wearing
saying
out here?
something like, "I think she's got on underwear. She's got on long underwear.
They're long. They're underwear, but they are
She got on
long.
long underwear." It's like 2014, early days.
I should have dressed for your parents. I should have worn my suspenders and my bow tie.
Right.
Yeah, I have some bow ties.
Right.
Carlog's last song
Carlog. That's a dumb
causes
name.
a creature to sing a song until they are out of hit points.
Carlog is like the kind of
Question
name
mark?
that you come up with when somebody like puts you on the spot to come up with a D&D name. Carlog, and then you're like, dadgummit, that's just a Carlog.
Yep.
That's like just a, like
When was the last time you changed your oil?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or it could be like something at a used car dealer where they kind of keep up with
This is a Jiffy Lube sticker.
who they've got,
basically.
like what they've
Basically
got
what it is.
on the lot.
I'm a fan of singing songs while playing D&D. That's what I did. And it worked out for me.
Sure did.
So I think that, yes, this is definitely a song that will kill you.
Fake.
It is fake.
Carlog. You got me with Carlog.
They were looking at Carlog. Yep.
It was Carlog.
Vicious mockery.
Ha!
You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range.
Well, having been the victim of this, I'm not a fan. Yeah.
And I said, having been to VidCon for this.
Oh, having been to VidCon just to get ridiculed.
I should have eaten that big ball of icing.
You were really trying to prove something to Jordan.
It was a bit, it was a bit. I thought I could take it. It was not worth it.
It should have been frozen. Should have been frozen.
It's not worth it. There's so much sugar.
If you're gonna freeze frosting, Jordan's not here any longer. So, what's the name of this spell?
Vicious mockery.
Yeah, we can send some vicious mockery Myrick's
Real.
way. Yeah, if you're gonna freeze frosting, why not just eat ice cream? Because that's better.
Huh.
I think it's different.
It's got to be different.
It's different, I bet. They said it turns into fudge.
It's
Okay.
real.
Yep. Vicious mockery, enchantment, cantrip. Enchantment, cantrip.
Encampment, tramp print.
String of insults. So this is bullying. If your target can hear you, yeah, your target's got to hear you. Sticks and stones.
60 feet.
Oh, the spell's damage increases by 1d4 when you reach the fifth level, 2d4, 11th level, 3d4, and 17th level, 4d4, which all makes sense.
I'll say, I think a D4 is like the four-sided die, right? I don't know.
No.
The thing here is that it's more fun to play D&D than it is to just
Talk
talk
about it?
about the spells in D&D. Like if
Right.
I could, if
We're
I was
not
in
giving you a good impression
if I was in a moment where I could like cast this and you could see it happen,
Oh,
it'd be exciting. And then there was dice involved, which I found it very interesting. There was that line, there was that in the D&D video.
yes.
Where I was talking about how much is like the dice were, I was like kind of enchanted by the dice, and you were like, what? It's not the dice, it's the whatever you said. And then people were talking about how it's like, it's both of those things. It's like that's what makes D&D. It's the inventing the
chance of it.
story,
Yeah.
but then how
I
over and
understand
over
the-
again, you put your hands into this like, oh, is this actually gonna work? Because without the dice, it would just be like somebody just making a decision like, yeah, I'll let you do that.
I understand that. I thought you were saying that you were actually enamored by dice.
Oh no, I was just saying
That's what I was responding to.
the chance of it.
And now I'm being viciously mocked in the comments.
No, people aren't saying that. People are talking about how actually we talked about the two things that make D&D
That's what we do, man.
so fun.
That's what we do. We boil
The
it down to
chance
the
and the
essence.
story.
Boil it down to the essence. Not a belt person though. You wear a belt. I know you
Not today. Not today.
Because you've got buckles. Once you got into the buckle game, then I think you kind of felt like you had to be a belt person.
No,
because you're a buckle person. What's a belt
body
is
shape,
buckle?
My body shape. I need a belt. I don't have much of a waist, so I have to tell my pants where to stop.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
you tell your pants where to stop.
It's just my hips are kind of wide, so it's sort of like, okay, pants, this is where you need to stay. Because
okay.
otherwise it's just like, it's kind of like putting tape on a pencil and it just sort of, you got to like tell it where to stop, you know?
Tape on a pencil. I don't know what you mean by putting tape on a pencil.
Well, putting like a donut on your finger.
Okay, donut on your finger. I know what that is.
How does the donut know where to settle?
Knuckle.
Yeah, but what if you don't have a knuckle?
Oh, poor buddy. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? There you go. Now you get it. Now you
That
get it.
donut's just gonna keep going all the way up your arm.
That's right. If I didn't wear a belt, by the end of the day, my pants would either be like 2 feet down or 2 feet up because it depends on the weather. They don't know.
Hey, keep wearing a belt, man. I'm not telling you to.
But today,
I'm leaving the belts for you.
I'm tucked today. I just thought I'd tuck because I thought maybe I would prance. Whoops. Oh, no, pay no attention to that. See another thing is I like to put my mic on the belt because what just happens if you don't have a belt.
Okay.
But see, sometimes if you got a good pair of fitting pants that fit at the right place, they know where to be. But lots of pants don't know where to be. And so you kind of be like, by the end of the day, they might be. Do you know who used to wear his pants like this? Who am I thinking? Who did we go to college with? Who always wears pants like
Greg never keeps his pants up.
Greg, this is how Greg walked to class.
But he would be wearing a belt too, but he didn't know how to use it.
And then sometimes, if you don't have a belt, sometimes.
Okay. He's getting ready. There's gonna be a payoff to this.
Sometimes.
Just honestly,
There was
honestly, it just looks.
I don't think you can see the camel toe on camera because I got black jeans on.
All right.
But anyway,
Okay.
see you later.
I hope not. I will not look back at that.
Be a part of Cotton Candy Randy's world when you shop June's Pin of the Month, Cotton Candy Mermandy, available today only at mythical.com.